right, y'all. We are back. Week number what?
Two. What's up?
Best friend, cut that what?
Cut that shit.
All right. So first of all, before we even get into this week 2, we definitely want to clap it up. Over 100 views on our week 1. Comments.
Thank you. Hey, thank you all for the comments. We really appreciate it. Thank you for just being involved. Hey, look, please continue to do so, and please hit subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. We want to bring this to you guys, and hopefully we helping somebody, making them understand some stuff. But please subscribe, and thanks for the comments. A lot of good comments. Appreciate
good
that.
Stuff. Keep it coming. That's the only way we're gonna keep this show lit. All right.
Yes.
So look, we about to get into week 2.
Week 2.
What are we talking about? The single life versus the married life.
Hey, in the marriage life, sometimes I get a bad rap, but I'm telling you, I'm 23 years in, and I got something to say.
23, baby.
Shout out to the wife.
Shout out to my best friend. Don't play with her.
Yeah.
All right. So he has some questions. I have some questions, and I'm gonna try my best to do this from a lady's perspective. Okay. So make sure y'all get in these comments, and let's keep this dialogue going. So I'm gonna let my best friend go first.
All right, here we go.
All right, let's go.
So I'm trying to figure this out because I'm talking to my guys and my female friends, and sometimes the understanding is not there. So my question to you, best friend, do you ask the question? And what I mean by ask the question is make it official. Are we making it official, or do you just go with we been going out, we keep going out, we're talking on the phone, and we're assuming that we're official? Do you ask the question these days?
Okay. Y'all, these are my real reactions. I don't know none of these questions ahead of time, so I'm going to try my best to answer this, okay? The old me? No. I'd ask no questions. We did certain activities. We go together. You mine. Okay? But now that I'm older and I value the level of communication more,
thank you.
I do ask the questions because here's the thing about that. Not asking the questions means you're assuming. And what happens when you assume? You make yourself look like a what?
Yes.
So I can no longer assume, right? Because I may be into someone, or as a woman, we may think that we, with somebody or whatever, and that other person might not feel the same way. So I definitely think that communication is needed.
And I'm really with that too. And I mean, like I say, it's a perspective. Once you've been through life, I tell people all the time, once you know better, you do better. Ooh, so at that time, that's when you want to start bringing things to light. And that's asking that question.
And don't be scared because it is what it is.
Hey, great.
I hate that everybody doesn't tell the truth, but you just do what you can do. You
and
can't
that's
be
another thing
responsible
too.
For everybody else.
The truth. That's what you want. You want to get the truth. Hey, you got another one for your best friend?
No, it's my turn, best friend.
You want to do yours? Okay, because I want to hear it. I want to get with it. Let's go. Okay, I'm with it.
All right, let me see which way I want to come with this first. Okay. From a male's perspective, do you know immediately when you have found the right woman that you want to marry?
You know what? You get a feeling. And I'm going to tell you, and this is from mine because I have to speak personal about this one. Because I just got that feeling. It was like she was just on my mind all the time. I mean, I don't dated before or whatever, and but it was just something about it. I mean, like, it was like we was friends, and I was okay with being a friend. Okay. I was okay with being a friend because I felt like, she's gonna be mine sooner or later. But let me stick this friendship out.
So it is accurate when the male individual says they knew from the beginning. That's valid. I
think it is because then all the other stuff don't mean as much to you.
What you mean?
Like I say, it to me to be intimate. That wasn't the first thing on my mind. The first thing on my mind was just talking to her.
Okay, ladies. So
just hearing her voice, just wanting to see her.
Okay. So you hear what? Now this is a married man, 23 years in. Now, don't get me wrong. They've been through stuff, but listen to what he said, lady. So your man gonna know when you the right one for him. It's what my best friend said.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? It's about having that feeling. I mean, but you got to be honest with yourself too, though. You got to be honest with yourself. If that's and that person to me is that person that make you feel different about yourself, who make you want to be better or different. You know what I'm saying? So it is a feeling, guys, and it's out there. So you don't have to settle for nothing, but it is a feeling. It is a feeling.
Ladies, do y'all have that feeling?
And going into that segment of settle, I got a question for you.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Do you settle or do you meet your preferences? And if so, what do you settle with?
Whew, these questions is making me nervous. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Because nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect, and Danielle sure is not. But I'm
So
I'm gonna have to go from this. A personal perspective right here. I have settled before because I didn't know any better, and for me personally, I look at people's potential instead of the reality. I did, but where I'm at in life right now. Nah, baby, you got to come correct in the beginning. Now, you don't have to be perfect. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm no longer going to overplay my role.
I understand it.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, and this is plenty of ladies that I've known that we, have had conversations with. We always do that because our heart is so big. As a woman, majority of women have big hearts and we just want to see everybody happy, right? But what does that do to us? We lose ourselves. When it's your person and when it's the right one, you won't have to settle because they're going to meet you where you at or they're going to be above you. So you're going to have to get on their level. So
I like that. I like that. So what do you settle with? What is your, this is good. This got to be worked on, but this is good. What does that look like?
Honestly, I'm not 100% sure because from what I've experienced so far, I've settled way more than I wanted to.
Okay.
Looking out for other people, other individuals. Not to say that it was the right or wrong thing to do, but I did what I thought was the right thing to do at that time.
Gotcha.
Right? Mm-hmm. So I'm still learning. I'm not perfect. That's probably why I'm single right now. I ain't even going to say probably because there's just certain things I'm not willing to deal with anymore. And I'm not mad or anything of that nature, but it's a part of the growth process.
Exactly. And it goes to, again, if you know better, you do better. So these relationships going forward, hey, that's something you got to think about. Absolutely. What you got from Best Friend?
Okay. So, my next question to you. Being that you have been in a successful relationship for 23 years, mm-hmm. do you feel like counseling before you all get married is 100% required? Why or why not?
That is a good one because I think so. Let me say this: we had counseling before we got married. Not a long-term thing, but we sat down with her father at the time, which is a pastor. Mm-hmm. But he basically gave us just simple advice. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I mean, counseling to me is what you get out of it. It could be so long, but it could be the simplest things. Okay. And I tell people today, one of the things that I just, is stuck in my head, and I think it drove this success mm-hmm. that we have had. I mean, everybody goes through problems, but one thing I can tell you is what you would say to somebody that you love, and not just love, that you in love with. It's all about what you say and how you say it to the person that you're supposed to be in love with.
Okay, let me ask you a bonus question. 5 points right here. Catch me 5 points, best friend. What, from a male's perspective, what is one major key you took from those sessions with her father?
The major, like I say, one of them was just talking to her right. Any kind of way, but treating somebody. My thing is, if you really love somebody, I don't mm-hmm. care how angry they make you, I don't care how mad you are. It's certain things, or certain ways you're gonna treat somebody that you love and that you in love with. And I'm gonna tell you, that's gonna take you a long way. Either getting into a relationship or getting married, or staying married and staying in a relationship. Okay. Because I don't feel like nobody should be in a relationship where you could drop the F-bomb to your significant other like it ain't nothing.
Are y'all listening to what this man is saying?
I mean, it's certain things you should be able to say to somebody that you care about, mm-hmm. that you love, mm-hmm. no matter what. No matter what. If you feel like that can happen, and if you feel like you can really hurt somebody mm-hmm. that you're in love with, that you're supposed to be in love with, then I don't think that's that person.
Y'all got to get in these comments and tell us, are y'all agreeing with what we're saying? Or y'all don't understand? Or do y'all need us to go in another part 2 to this? Come on now, get in them comments. Let's go.
Because that's what's important.
Come on.
I'm telling you, you gotta see what's important. Here we go.
All right.
What advice? Let me set this up right quick. Best friend, I've seen you grow. I've seen you come a long way. Different relationship, different things, right there. What advice would you give a single woman that's listening right now? What advice would you give them about dating right now, about themselves? And let's not forget the women out there who don't, because you're a single mom with kids, but don't forget the ones that's single that don't have any kids. They got their careers focused. Okay. I want you to hit that. What advice would you give them too? Because some women get so focused in their career, they won't even have a dude could walk up to them. That could be that dude. But that's not even her focus.
That's me right now, my whole life. Okay, so the advice that I would give to all my single ladies, whether you're a mother, whether it's just you getting money, being a rich auntie, however you want to play it, right? The biggest advice that I have for you all is don't lose yourself, right?
Oh, I like that.
What I mean by that is, if you want to date. If you want to not even date, just go out with somebody, like just go have fun. You don't even have to call it a date. Be okay with that, right? Because we could be so focused sometimes that we lose who we are as far as like the fun thing. You don't want to be old and miserable. At the end of the day, nobody really wants to die alone, right? So sometimes we're so scared to open up, and that's okay, because the dating pool got a lot of in it. Okay, let's just be real. Let's just be real. But sometimes you don't want to block your blessings either, and you never know who's put in front of you. Everybody's in front of you for a reason in the season, regardless of how that situation may turn out, right? Be open. You can't receive those blessings that's coming in if you're not open to it. Now, like I said, don't ever lose your focus. That's not what I mean at all, right? Do you? But in them little few minutes that you may have, an hour or two, somebody want to take you out, let them. It's okay. Let your most important people know where you're going, right? Because, like I said, it's a lot of crazy people.
It's a different world now.
Men and women are crazy, but it's okay. Don't feel like, oh, just because I'm focused that I can't live. No, baby, life is too short. You got to focus on the present. We're so worried about the past and the future. No, be present.
I want to throw this in while you on that, best friend, real quick. I know we got time right here, but look, I want to throw this in. Tell me, would you ask a guy that you see that's attractive to you, would you stop him or ask him his name or whatever, if you just out?
Absolutely. Hey, baby, how you doing? You in a relationship? That's my number one question. Are you married? No. You in a relationship? No. Okay, so hey, how you doing? I'm Danielle.
I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from the single ladies out there. Would you stop a guy that you think attractive? You at the grocery store or at the gas station? I mean, in a safe environment, of course. But I'm saying, would you stop a guy and ask him, hey, what's your name? Or try to talk to him in this day and time, being a single woman? And if not, how do you expect to meet somebody?
Right, because you don't know until you try. And if you're like me, I don't really go nowhere. So I might meet my Prince Charming in the grocery store, at the gas station. Right. But you don't know until you try, and there's nothing wrong with that. All right? We could go on this topic for days and days and days, but we're going to wrap this up today. But please, y'all, like, comment, share, subscribe, share, because we want to keep that dialogue coming. All right, so y'all know how we do. Next week, guess what we coming with?
Woo!
Emotions and solutions. What do we mean by that?
Hey, look, let me tell you something. One thing I'm going to tell you before, I don't want to get all the way into it, but there's a lot of people do things on emotions. And then the next day, it's just like, did I do that?
Why did I do that?
So we got to talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
We got to talk about that. I got something to say about that.
I got a lot to say about that. But until next time, best friend, cut that.
Cut that shit.
See y'all soon.
See y'all soon.